Alex Eala ends 26-year gold drought, delivers historic SEA Games triumph for Philippine tennis. Indeed, she truly is the golden girl of Philippine sports. Another milestone has been added to Alex Eala's growing list of achievements as the Filipino tennis ace once again delivered golden glory for the Philippines at the 2025 Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. Eala captured the women's singles gold medal after overpowering home crowd favorite Maninkaya Sawanki in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2, marking a historic moment for Philippine tennis. With the victory, Eala ended a 26-year gold medal drought in women's singles tennis at the SEA Games, a title last won by Maricris Fernandez in 1999. She also became the first Filipina to reach the gold medal match since Clarice Patrimonio's silver medal finish at the 2017 SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur, further cementing her place in the country's sporting history. Ranked world number 53, Eala showed composure and grit despite an early scare, recovering from a 0-40 deficit in the opening game before asserting her dominance in the first set. Although world number 137 Maninkaya attempted a comeback, Eala cruised to a 6-1 opening set win. The tie bet briefly threatened in the second set by leveling the score at 2-2, but Eala quickly shut the door, winning the remaining games with authority to seal the match. The gold medal is Eala's 6th SEA Games medal overall and her 3rd in the 33rd edition in Bangkok, having earlier claimed bronze medals in the women's team and mixed doubles events. This latest triumph comes just months after another career-defining feat, when Eala captured the country's first-ever WTA title. She staged a remarkable comeback to defeat Hungary's Punna Udvardy 1-6, 7-5, 6-3, to win the WTA 125 title at the 2025 Guadalajara 125 Open in September. Related, list, Alex Eala's historic milestones in tennis so far. As of December 18 at 9 a.m., according to the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippines currently ranks 6th overall in the SEA Games medal standings, with a total of 213 medals, 38 gold, 55 silver, and 120 bronze. It waded through humid afternoons on cracked courts, through hopeful juniors carrying oversized rackets, through coaches who kept believing even when the medal tally stayed silent. Gold became a story told in the past tense, a memory of what once was, not what could be. And then, in a moment stitched together by sweat, courage, and unwavering belief, Alex Eala stepped onto the court and rewrote history. This was more than a match. This was a reckoning. The weight of years. To understand the magnitude of Alex Eala's triumph at the Southeast Asian Games, one must understand the silence that preceded it. For more than 2 decades, Philippine tennis lived in the shadows of other sports. Basketball roared. Boxing punched its way into legend. Weightlifting lifted the nation's pride. Tennis, meanwhile, whispered. The gold drought was not just a statistic. It was a burden carried quietly by generations of players who trained knowing the odds were steep and the spotlight dim. Every SEA Games cycle brought hope, and every cycle ended with the same gentle heartbreak. Until Alex, a young woman with an old soul. Alex Eala did not arrive on the international stage by accident. Her journey was paved with early mornings, long flights, and a willingness to leave home before most teenagers ever consider it. From Manila to Madrid, from local courts to one of the world's most prestigious tennis academies, she carried the Philippine flag in her bag and her heart. What set her apart was never just her forehand or her footwork. It was her composure, the rare stillness she possessed even when the stakes screamed otherwise. She played with the patience of someone who understood time, and with the hunger of someone who refused to wait for permission to dream. At the SEA Games, she was no longer the promising junior or the future hope. She was the present. The match that changed everything. The final was tight, tense, and unforgiving. The kind of match where every point feels heavier than the last. The court seemed smaller. The air thicker. Every bounce of the ball echoed with history. Alex played not as someone chasing gold, but as someone determined to earn it. She absorbed pressure like a sponge and returned it with purpose. When rallies stretched, she stayed. When momentum threatened to slip, she tightened her grip, not on the racket, but on her belief. Each point won felt like a step forward, not just for herself, but for an entire tennis community watching with bated breath. And when the final point landed, when victory became undeniable, time paused. 26 years vanished in an instant. Tears, applause, and a flag raised high. The celebration was not loud at first. It was emotional. Alex's tears were not just of joy, they were of release, of gratitude, of knowing that something larger than a medal had been achieved. As the Philippine flag rose and the anthem played, it carried with it decades of waiting. Coaches who never gave up. Players who came close. Fans who kept watching even when medals didn't come. This gold was not hers alone. It belonged to everyone who believed tennis in the Philippines still had a future. More than a medal. Eala's SEA Games gold did more than end a drought, it opened a door. Suddenly, young players could point to a moment and say, "That's possible." Parents could believe in tennis as more than an extracurricular dream. Courts once overlooked now felt alive with purpose. Representation matters, and Alex became a mirror for a new generation. Proof that Filipinos can compete, endure, and win on tennis courts anywhere in the world. She didn't just break a streak. She built a bridge. Grace under pressure. What made the victory resonate so deeply was not just the outcome, but the manner in which it was achieved. Alex played with humility in triumph and respect in competition. There was no arrogance in her celebration, only gratitude and resolve. She spoke of her country before herself, of her team before her talent, of responsibility before reward. In doing so, she reminded everyone that greatness is not just about winning, it's about how you carry the weight of victory once you have it. A new chapter for Philippine tennis. History often announces itself quietly, and Eala's triumph was one such moment. There were no fireworks, no dramatic declarations of a new era, but the shift was undeniable. Philippine tennis no longer waits in the past tense. It looks forward. With Alex as a standard-bearer, the sport has regained its voice, its relevance, and its confidence. The drought is over, yes, but more importantly, the future is open. Legacy in motion. Eala did not end a 26-year gold drought to become a legend frozen in time. She did it to keep moving, to grow, to challenge herself further, to inspire more loudly through action than words ever could. Her SEA Games triumph is a chapter, not the conclusion. And somewhere on a sunlit court in the Philippines, a young girl is swinging a racket a little harder, dreaming a little bigger, because Eala showed her that history can be changed, one point at a time.